Good morning, Year 3, and welcome to our next maths lesson. This week we're going to be looking at bar charts. And a bar chart is used to show information. We've looked at bar charts briefly in science, and we've drawn bar charts in humanities as well. This week we're going to be reading some bar charts and then drawing some bar charts and solving some problems. I've drawn a bar chart onto my board. A bar chart to show hair colour in a class. I'm actually going to talk to you about some of the features of a bar chart. So you have two straight lines, one going across and one going up. And you have written the titles for each of the lines. So for this bar chart, I have hair colour as the title for this bottom line, and I have number of children for the title for this line. We call these the axes. And each axis needs to have a title so people can look at the bar chart and understand what the information is showing them. So I have these numbers up the side, which stand for the number of children. And I have hair colour at the bottom. I have the different hair colours underneath each of the bars. Brown, black, blonde, red. With the numbers on the side, it always has to start at 0. And if we were doing this in our books with the squares, the lines go on top of the lines in your book. The numbers don't go in the spaces, they go on the lines. And this one's just going up in 2s. And very importantly, a bar chart always has to have a title. Someone needs to be able to read your title and understand what that bar chart is going to be showing them. A bar chart to show hair colour in a class. And I have the number of children and the different hair colours. Brown, black, blonde, red. I have written 3 questions to answer here. You may want to pause my video for a second and attempt to answer these questions yourself and then watch me talk through the answers, or you can just carry on watching and just listen as I talk through the answers. Welcome back if you've paused it and came back to the video. Number 1, which hair colour is the most common? Which hair colour do most of the children have? I have actually underlined some of the key words as well, which is really important, I think, when we're looking at bar charts, because some of the questions might want you to write a word, some questions might want you to write a number. So you have to make sure you've understood the question really carefully, and underlining some of those key words can be useful. So which hair colour is the most common? So that's telling me my answer has to be a word, which hair colour. And by most common, I mean which one most of the children have. And you can have a look at the bar chart here, look at the bars going up, and I can see, well, black has the biggest bar, so black is the most common. And I can move across slowly to see what number we're pointing at, and it's pointing at number 8. So 8 children have black hair. Let's have a look at the second question. How many people have red hair? How many people have red hair? And again, I've underlined these 2 words, how many. So again, that should be telling me now that the answer to this question has to be a number. The question is, how many people have red hair? So I'll go across to find red, and I see what number it's pointing to. And it's pointing to number 2. Number 3, how many more people have brown than red hair? How many more? These are the questions that can catch us out sometimes. How many more? It's actually asking us how much bigger the brown bar is than the red bar. How much bigger? We're trying to see the difference between the height of the red bar and the height of the brown bar. And remember, if you're answering a difference question, you could do a subtraction. This one goes up to 4, and this one goes up to 2. So 4 take away 2 is 2. The difference between this one and this one. How much bigger this one is than this one. How much bigger the brown bar is than the red bar. So that's why how many more, when you see a question like that, how many more, how much bigger is one than the other? Or how many less, how much smaller is one bar than the other. For your work today, you're going to be looking at bar charts and trying to answer questions about them. This is the first sheet. It says, I can read bar charts at the top. We have 2 bar charts about favourite colours and eye colour, and you have to answer these questions, and if you can, write 2 or 3 of your own questions about either of these bar charts. If it helps you, like I have on the board, underline some of the key words in the questions, and that might help you make sure you know whether your answer should be a word or a number, or what that question is asking you to do. If you have time, I've actually attached a second sheet as well. Again, there are some smaller bar charts and there are some tables as well. And there are actually 2 pages here. And I've stuck those into my book. So if you have time and you want an extra challenge, you could also attempt some of these questions. You haven't got to do all of the activities year 3. Remember, they're meant to be working for around 45 minutes. So once you've completed this sheet, if you feel like you have time and you want to have another go, you can always attempt the second sheet as well. I'll be available on Google Meet after about half an hour to give you a chance to get started and try to work through those questions by yourself to start with. Remember, if you get really confused or you're unsure, come back and re-watch this video and it might give you a few clues. And I'm available on Google Meet after around half an hour. Thank you for watching Year 3. I look forward to seeing your work.